my video. Today, I'm going to be talking about episode 7 of season 18 of Deadliest Catch. And the boats that are going to be in this episode are the Patrcia Lee, Cornelia Marie, Time Bandit, Wizard, and the Southern Wind. And this episode starts out with the Patrcia Lee, and it carries on from last week's episode where one of the deckhands on the Patrcia Lee Devon, he collapsed. He basically fainted, and I think he hit his head or something when he went down, and he had a little bit of blood right here. Captain Rip is asking his crew what's going on, not really responding to him, so he leaves the wheelhouse and walks down to the deck. By the time Captain Rip starts walking to Devon, he is starting to stand up, and they bring him into the crew quarters, get him undressed, and then Captain Rip calls the doctor, and the doctor's like, have him stay inside for about 24 hours and just see what happens. Keep an eye on him. Don't really let him sleep in case something bad happens. Then after that, they get back to send their gear. Then it goes to the Cornelia Marie. The Cornelia Marie is hauling in their gear, and they're not doing very well. They're getting single digits to no bear dye crab at all. They give Johnathan a call to see if Johnathan has heard anything about where the bear dye might be. And Johnathan's not fishing for bear dye right now. He's still fishing for golden king crab. So they're talking back and forth. And the Cornelia Marie calls Captain Keith on the Wizard to see how he's doing. And Captain Keith is also struggling with finding bear dye crab. So Josh, Casey, and Captain Keith, they create a partnership. Keith is like, go sit around here and we'll see what happens. Captain Harley has a very green crew because a lot of his crew is not working with him. So one of the deckhands is not tying the pots correctly and they're starting to shift like this. So Captain Harley gets out of the wheelhouse and he goes out onto the pot stack. He shows the deckhand how to tie them correctly. Then it goes back to the Patrcia Lee. And the Patrcia Lee is starting to set their gear in another area to see how well they do with the golden king crab. And they've got about £1 million golden king crab quota, which is going to be a lot of money for the Patrcia Lee and their crew. While they're hauling in some gear, one of the pots comes up with a broken door on it. So one of the deckhands, he starts running into the crew quarters and he slips and twists his ankle, so he's gonna have to be inside for a little bit while his ankle heals up. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit and Cornelia Marie. They're talking on an open channel, and Captain Keith hears them talking over that open channel, and he's like, I'm done, I'm not working with them anymore because they're talking on an open channel and I don't want them around me. The pots he's pulling, he's getting about 38 to 70 plus bear dye crab per pot. So he doesn't want to give up the secret to Josh and Casey, so when they give him a call, he's not going to tell him he's going to fudge the numbers that he's really getting. Then it goes back to the Cornelia Marie. The Cornelia Marie is hauling in their gear and they're getting very little crab in that one spot Keith recommended. They're getting about 5 to 10 bear dye crab or less in it, so that's not going to cut it for them. So they start stacking on their gear. And then it goes to the Southern Wind, and Southern Wind is hauling in a pot when all of a sudden the block, it starts malfunctioning. So they have to get a chain, wrap it around the line of the pot, and hook it up with the picking hook, pull it up inch by inch just to get the pot back on board. So they get it on, and the crab numbers are pretty good for bear dye crab. They start fixing the block. They'll be getting it fixed throughout this episode. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is fishing for golden king crab. When Johnathan and his wife Heather, who's up in the wheelhouse, they see the end of a rainbow, and Jonathan's like, wherever the end of the rainbow is, there's treasure. He's gonna set, like, I think it's a 5 to 10 pot string, all in one line, hooked together, so they don't fall off over the ledge on the bottom of the sea. He's setting his gear there, and then it goes back to the Patrcia Lee, and they're hauling in their gear. They're getting about 30 to 40 plus golden king crab, so Captain Rip's happy about that. Then it goes back to the Cornelia Marie. They call Captain Keith up and ask him how the fishing's doing. Captain Keith's like, we're just getting started. So they're like, okay. While they're on the phone, Captain Keith's getting like 40 plus Baradai crab. He got about 38 Baradai crab. He said he lied by about 30 crab. So Casey starts looking at the wizard and he's like, something's off here, because looks like he's set back. Josh was like, we're gonna have to go pay him a visit and see what he's really getting. Josh is like, if he's lying to us, I'm gonna be pissed. Then it goes to the Time Bandit, and this is a salty take. Good old Johnathan Hillstrand, he pulls a flower bomb prank on one of his crew members. Johnathan pulls some of the best pranks. It's so funny. I love these flower bomb pranks. He had one of the crew members on the boat throw a hook who doesn't normally throw the hook for the pot. All of a sudden, one bag just goes and poof, the flower comes, and then another bag, poof, and 3 or 4 times, and that crew member's like, I knew something was up, but he didn't exactly know what it was. But he got pranked by Johnathan and the crew, which was hilarious. Then it goes back to the Cornelia Marie, and the Cornelia Marie goes and spot checks one of Captain Keith's pots. They haul it up and they're like, damn, he's doing really well. So after Josh sees that, he's like, I'm never working with him again. They call Captain Keith and are like, we know what you're up to. We spot checked one of your pots. Captain Keith was like, since you're talking on an open channel and giving Johnathan information, I'm not working with you because of that. There's some bad blood between Captain Keith, Josh, and Casey. So they hang up and Josh is like, we're gonna set here. Then it goes back to the Patrcia Lee, and about 24 hours later, Devin goes up to the wheelhouse to talk to Captain Rip. And he's like, I want to get back out there because I'm feeling a lot better. Captain Rip's like, it's up to you. You can decide to sit in here a little bit longer or you can go. They start hauling in their gear again, and they're getting 40 plus Golden King crab. And then all of a sudden, Devin walks out onto the deck and Captain Rip's like, there's your answer. Then it goes to the Southern Wind, and the Southern Wind, they get their block up and running, and they haul in a pot. They're doing really well with their Baradai pots. They're pretty full pots, so Captain Harley's happy about that. Then it goes to the Cornelia Marie, and the Cornelia Marie has set the gear around the area that the wizard was, and they're getting 30 plus Baradai crab per pot. So they're happy about that. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is hauling in their Golden King crab pots, and they're getting about 16 to 20 plus Golden King crab per pot. Johnathan's really happy about that, and the crew's happy, and he's like, let's set our gear back, because we're gonna go through here and double dip again. Then it goes to the wizard. The wizard starts hauling in their gear. They see very little Baradai crab because Josh and Casey sat so close to them. So Captain Keith's like, well, we're gonna move a little south from here. That is how episode 7 of season 18 of Deadliest Catch ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the bell icon down below so I can be notified when I upload videos. Also, please share this video with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you guys for watching. And if you ain't dreaming, you ain't living. Don't forget to dream big.